Hello people, I'm back after 1 month of not posting anything and for a good reason. I had a lot of work, especially one project which was a big commercial in which the director was J.A. Bayona. I don't know if you know him, but he's a big director from Spain, who has directed films like The Impossible or Society of the Snow, that if you don't know and you haven't watched, you should go straight to watch them because they are very good films. In my opinion, very good films. And I also met Pedro Luque, who was the DP of this project and who I'm very inspired in because he's a very talented DP from Uruguay. He's also a very cool person, and I had the opportunity to be with them in set by shooting the BTS of this commercial that they were shooting, one of the biggest commercials in their career, and it was such a pleasure and such an honor to be able to learn from them by seeing them work, communicate, and build the sets and the lighting that they were building. It was insane. You'll see it when it's released. I cannot talk more about it, of course, because it hasn't been released, but it was just an honor. And I'm back home feeling very motivated from that project. So I want to bring you guys a breakdown of the lighting of my last commercial, which was for Cupra. And for those who don't know what Cupra is, it's a car brand based in Barcelona that is pretty cool. They have a very cool design and very cool branding, very different from any other brand. It's quite dark and moody, which I love as a cinematographer. And I had the opportunity to direct and DP 5 15-second capsules for the release of their new car, the Tabascan, which is an electric car. It was pretty cool because the client accepted my creativity in the first step, so I was pretty much doing what I wanted for this project, so it was very cool. So yeah, I chose 2 shots of these capsules that we shot for them, and the 2 shots that I like the most. So yeah, let's do the breakdown and see how I light it. So as you can see, we have our model inside a car in a very moody lighting, and this is literally what I envisioned in pre-production, which is cool that the client and also ourselves as a team were able to achieve what I had in mind. That was cool, and the client allowed us to do it, of course. So yeah, let's see how we did it. But I have to say that I love this image. It was my first time lighting an interior of a car, and I'm very happy with the result. So yeah, first of all, I have to say that I shot with the red Komodo, and we shot at 5600 Kelvin. We need to know this because we're now going to talk about the lights and how we set them up. So the first light that we added to the space was the 1200 that is painting this wall basically, and we put it very far from the wall, and since this light is balanced to 5600 Kelvin, we cannot change temperatures, so we had to add a gel in front of it, a CTO gel, which is an orange gel, in order to make this shape of the shadow less sharp and more kind of blurry. What we had to do is to add some floppies here and here with C-stands, basically with C-stands. This is a floppy, and this is a floppy, cutting the light. And we had to put them very far from the light because otherwise it would cut the light too close from the source, and then it would leave very sharp edges in the shadows. I mean, not super sharp because it's not a spotlight, and it wouldn't cut the light just straight away of the source, but we wanted them very soft, like kind of imitating what the sun would do if it enters in space, an interior space. So for me, in my opinion, this looks very realistic. This literally looks as if the sun was like hitting inside this space. So yeah, after that, let me just remove this. There we go. After painting that wall, which I'm very happy with, we move to the next slide, which is the other warm light that is adding these spots, and also her face. So the light that is painting this is a 300 X from Aperture. We attached it, and we were using it with a spotlight. The spotlight that allows you to cut the light in the shape in whatever shape you want, basically, and also to focus or defocus, basically, or make that shape more or less sharp, more blurred or more sharp. Basically, what we were doing with the floppies with the 1200, but easier and manually with the spotlight. which is a very cool attachment that I almost always use. And this light we put it at 2700 Kelvin. This light right here, to match the CTO that we put in the 1200 that is painting the wall. So now we have two warm lights that are our key light, lighting the model and painting as well some spots in the car that are adding some interesting spots, some interest to the eye of the viewer, and also creating depth because it's creating patterns of shadow and light, which is what we are looking for as cinematographers. So now, once we have this, which was like that, pretty simple, like we just put the light, attached the spotlight, and then cut the light to whatever we wanted. And if I have to say something else, it's that we had this light at 80%, I remember, and the 1200 we had it at maximum because it was quite far, and even though it's a 1200 is not that powerful to make it look like super bright, so it was enough for us. So the next light that we added was a Aperture Nova 300C. Here in the background, set to blue. Basically a blue tone, blue hue. It's not a high temperature, it's just a blue hue that we chose because we wanted to paint it like if it was moonlight. So basically this image, what it's representing is the sun coming in front and the moon coming from the back. I wanted this because it creates a good color contrast, and these two colors, these two lights, sunset and moonlight, represent luxury, which is what the client wanted. And also if we use the blue light to paint the interior of the car very softly, you can see the texture, you can appreciate the texture of the car, of the different materials, as you can see here and in the wheel as well. That leaves the client very happy because you can feel the car and the materials of the car very luxurious. And also the gold, the orange gold, the light of the sunset always represent luxury. So yeah, this light was painting this, and also everything here. That's everything from the Aperture 300C. And then we just add one more pivot tube. I think it was a 6C from Nanlite that I had. This was mine. Painting this side of the model because I didn't want to have that dark and non-saturated. I wanted some blue there as well to follow the pattern of blue and yellow, because otherwise we would just have blue here, yellow across the frame, and then just this blue. And I needed something blue around here. So we just added the pivot tube there to paint that part very easily, very functional. So yeah, this is basically what we use to paint the image. But then there is one last thing that is very cool, which is these lights of the car that are pointing down. These lights, what are doing is helping the hands to recover the real tone of the skin, because with this aperture painting blue, we will leave the hands too cold, and I didn't like that. So what I did is basically turn on those lights with the permission of the client, which was okay with the decision. So we have the lights with a warmer tone, more realistic, and not a blue hands that will look very weird. And yeah, sometimes you can use those practicals to actually like your line in some way that it's more technical than creative. So yeah, this is how we light these shots. I think it's very, very simple, and I'm very, very, very happy with the result. And I'm very, very happy with the team that I had, especially with my gaffer, who is Sergio Bartibas, a Spanish guy from Madrid. He's an absolute legend, and he was a key element for this to happen. So thank you very much, bro. Okay, so this is the next shot that I wanted to break down. And maybe you're thinking, how the hell did you light this? But this is the most simple lighting setup ever, literally. I'm gonna tell you the anecdote that happened behind this shot. We were shooting the previous one that I just showed you, and we knew that we could shoot until 9 p.m. and we were like 15 minutes to 8. We're about to finish, and we had 15-20 minutes to move to the next location, which was like 15 meters from where we were. This is everything inside a big like building, weird building that was supposed to be something else, and they are just using it for to shoot cars, basically. Basically what happened is that they told us that we had just time to shoot until 8 p.m. And we were like, wait, what? Like, we had until 9 and we still have one piece, which is basically the most important, which is the exterior lights, the piece that the client was most worried about. And we just have 15 minutes now to shoot it. How we are supposed to do that? And they were like, we're sorry, but we have to cut now. We have to leave in 20 minutes. So we had to run like crazy to the third floor, or this spiral, that is this space, with the 6x6 meter window with 2 big tripods, which is a palio that we call here in Spain, like big ultra bounds. 6x6, put it basically, sorry, a 6x6, no, 8x8, put in the third floor, and then bounce a light from there and paint the whole scenario there. I'm gonna draw it for you guys, but it's super simple, and it's just because we didn't have time and resources to do anything else in the time that we had. It looks very cool in my opinion, but this is not what I had envisioned for this shot. But it's funny because I like it more than what I had in my mind. So yeah, let me just draw it for you so you understand what we did. Basically, we had to run up here. Wait, my pencil died. So we had to do is to run up here, okay? And there we built an 8x8 meter window with an ultra bounce with 2 big tripods. And then we placed the 1200 bouncing in the ultra bounce, and then the ultra bounce bouncing down, painting the whole scenario, the first floor where the car was, acting as if it was a big top light, soft top light, which it was my idea to build a soft box over the car and painting the whole scene more accurately, but we didn't have time to do that obviously because we had 20 minutes to build and shoot the whole video. So basically what we did is to build that, and that worked pretty well. As you can see, there are no hot spots in the car. You cannot see the ultra bounce there. You cannot see where the light's coming from, which is super cool, and which is what makes me happy right now, to not see the light there and to not fuck it up with the client with the time that we had. And the client is very happy, very happy with this video because it's literally what Cupra is for them, like very moody, dark. You can see very clearly the light, which are the protagonists of this video, which also helped to me to make it happen because otherwise we wouldn't be able to have shot this. But we ran this with the DJI RS3 with the tilt ring, and just like going around the car, taking some shots of details, whites, everything, and then playing in the post-production with the editing and sound effects and color grading. That's all we did for this shot. You know, like it looks very cool, but looks very luxury, high-end, but we just used one light and one bounce. That's everything, literally. So yeah, I'm very happy with this because it also reminds me that you don't need that much to create amazing things, and this is the proof. So yeah, I'm very happy with the results, guys. I hope you like the breakdown as well. I mean, this is my first car commercial. It's not an actual commercial. They're just some capsules for the after sales, but I'm very happy with the result. I think it looks very high-end and very big. It looks like that if it was a bigger production, and that makes me very happy because that means that we are able to create things like that. And this is my first year as a DP, and I'm proving myself that I can be a good DP, and I'm very happy about that. So yeah, guys, I hope you liked, I hope you enjoyed the breakdown. I hope you learned something, and if you have any question, please leave it in the comments below. Like the video if you liked it, share it, and see you in the next one. Thank you very much. Bye.